Hello po, isang magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Isang malwalhating Biyernes. Ito po ang The Stock Market Today. Ngayon po ay December 23, 2022 Friday. At alam nyo ba na 2 days na lang ay Pasko na? Mabuhay po kayo at welcome po sa The Stock Market Today. Sana po hindi po masyado maingay. I have to be somewhere today, not in the office, but somewhere. But I hope the noise is manageable. Ano? Pasensya na po sa inyo kung medyo maingay. Ang balita po natin ay meron po tayong special report sa PLDT. Abangan niyo po yan. Ako po si Benji Chodoro, isang retired bank officer. Nag-start po ako mag-invest sa Philippine stock market noong 2007 at araw-araw ko pong binabalita ang pinaka-latest news tungkol sa inyong paborito at pinaka-aktibong stocks sa Philippine market. Kung gusto niyo po ng content, niimbitahan ko po kayo mag-subscribe sa aking channel. Kung meron po kayong stocks na gustong ipa-review o meron po kayong tanong tungkol sa stock market or tungkol sa wealth management, paki-comment lang po sa comment box at aking pa-prioritize. Hindi po ako financial advisor. Ang mga sinasabi ko po dito hindi po financial advice. Get well soon to my cousin Mari. We're praying for your recovery. Huwag kayong alis dahil babahagi ko sa inyo ang ating financial headlines at ang resulta ng trading sa ating PSE ngayong araw, December 23, 2022, dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. Okay, ang ating financial headlines ay galing po sa Business World. Philippines eyes $600 million World Bank loan. Ang loan na po ito ay para sa to help the Philippines bounce back from the pandemic as well as improve climate resilience and fiscal management. And then, PLDT says it will cut capex spending in 2023. Budget deficit narrows in November. And then, in our corporate news, deny halt order on power deal, court ask. PLDT's Chua not involved in trading probe over telco. Ito po si Annabel Chua. Siya po ang Senior Vice President and Controller ng PLDT. Annabel was a colleague of mine when I was still in a foreign bank. So pareho po kaming mga officers po doon. And Annabel became one of the top management in PLDT. Nasa control po siya or what do you call this? Accounting, on the accounting side nung nasa foreign bank po ako. Ako po naman ay nasa operation. Well, good luck Annabel on your challenging role that you're having in PLDT. Metro Pacific unit, Israel's LR Group invest in 2 billion dairy business. Emperador brandy sales up in North America. Pero ang main news natin, silipin po muna natin, stocks mini rally falters as central bank angst return. Ito po sa US, ano? And then, NEDA simplifies rules for PPP. But our main news actually is a special report on PLDT, no? Kung makikita po dito, yesterday nagtanong po I think it was Mike Miguel who asked, or Isip Roman, I think. Yes, Isip Roman asked yesterday, Sir, may updated report na ba si BDO SEC KTEL? Ito na po yun. I'm sharing this with you. And this is dated December 22, no? The other day, or yesterday. Ang sabi po ni BDO Securities, maintained by with a lower TP. Core businesses remain healthy despite capex overrun. The 48 billion budget overrun during capex ramp up. TEL announced last Friday that it is undertaking a management reorganization after a preliminary investigation revealed an estimated 48 billion capex overrun. And this is 12.7% of the last 4 years. Management said, one, the overruns occurred as the company ramped up network expansion and embarked on multi-year projects to address increased pressure from government and COVID-19 to improve the quality services and connectivity. Two, the bulk of overruns occurred in 2020 and 2021. Three, no fraudulent transactions on the procurement process. Mitigating measures and action plans. Okay, during the special briefing, management said TEL is in discussions with 4 principal vendors. Ito po yung Huawei, Cisco, Ericsson, and FiberHome to, number 1, reconcile the accounts with the hopes of reducing the 48 billion overrun estimate, and 2, request for deferred payment terms on the final figure with 0 interest, and 3, or number 2 lang pala yun. Management also noted 1, equipment related to the overrun will still be rolled out over the next 3 years. 2, depreciation of its legacy equipment, 2G and 3G towers, VDSL may be accelerated. So, ito po ay yung mga old towers nila, no? And 3, gains from the tower sales, 55 billion for batch 1 involving 5.9 thousand towers or 5,900 towers, and 3.6 billion for batch 2 involving 650 towers would help cover any obligations which may arise from the overrun. So, ang tingin ko po dito, since there's no anomaly and this occurred 2 or 3 years ago, I think they went over budget without management knowing because it wasn't recorded in the books. In other words, to my mind, and this is my own opinion, nag-over budget po sila pero hindi po na-record sa books. And therefore, there is an asset there that is earning or about to earn, and sa akin po, advantages yun po kay PLDT. So, understated po yung assets niya, kumbaga. No? Kumbaga, understated yung asset. It went over the budget, they paid in cash. Pinayaran po yan, or meron pong deferred payment. Kumbaga, they got concessions from their suppliers na eto, binigay ko yan sa inyo. Kunyari lang to, no? Example lang po. Binigay ko na yan sa inyo, sige, bayaran nyo ako in X number of years, or mag-start ang payment nyo in 2023. Example lang po. Parang deferred payment, no? Pero nasa kanila na yung asset. Yun po ang aking, to my mind, and sa akin, advantages po yun. Pero downside po nun, understated po yung assets, which is, well, I would say a negative on the financial statements. Pero sa akin po, understated ang assets mo, sa akin yung plus side po yun kay PLDT as an accountant, ha? Kasi you have an asset there that is already there and it's earning or about to earn. And when you record the assets in the book, just like what I've said yesterday, ide-depreciate nyo po yan. Kasi you cannot depreciate something which is not in the books. You can only depreciate if you already posted the asset in the books on the asset side, no? Kasi po, ang asset po, nagde-depreciate po yan. Just like a car, which is depreciated over 5 years normally. Pero at the end of 5 years, hindi naman zero value po yan. Meron po yung residual value. Ganun din po sa technology, sa mga capital assets, na may residual value yan after 5 years na binibenta na lang po nila as probably scrap, pero meron pa rin pong value. Just like a car na at the end of 5 years, meron po yung value. Pero yung halimbawa na 10 million asset on day 1 is not anymore a 10 million asset on year 10. No? Yan po. Kaya nagde-depreciate po siya. So, if your assets is say worth 10 million on day 1, at the end of 10 years, say kung walang value na yan after 10 years, ang depreciation nyo po yan is 1 million a year. Tama po ba? Kasi 10 divided by 10 is 1. Diba? So 1 million a year, expense po yan per year. Ganun po ang accounting yan sa depreciation. Anyway, so the next item here is financial implications and outlook. Management also shared the following. EBITDA remains on track at 100 billion this year. Will remain healthy next year as core businesses are unaffected by the overruns. Capex will rise to 95 to 90 from 95 to 97 billion in 2022, but fresh capex would decline starting 2023. So, meron po siyang capital expenditures mas mataas kaysa sa last year, but the 2023 capex would be lower. Telco core income will range between 32.6 billion to 33 billion this year and would modestly improve amid slightly elevated depreciation and interest costs. Kasi po, that asset which were quote-unquote unrecorded will get recorded in the books and therefore depreciated. Pero just like what I've explained, no? Ima-match mo yan sa income eh. And you will always assume that the income from that asset is higher and relatively higher than the depreciation. Ang na-highlight kasi sa news yung depreciation eh. Hindi na nakikita yung income from the asset. Kailangan kumikita yung asset eh. Bumili ka pa ng capex, hindi naman kumikita yung asset mo. The depreciation is part of that expense. No? Just as you pay people who run the computers, who run the technology side, who are on the admin side, you pay salaries of management, di ba? Okay, next. TEL will maintain its dividend policy of paying out 60% of core income and will push through with a 3 billion residual special dividends. That's good news. Full year 22 forecast net debit EBITDA will end within 2.3 to 2.4 times. That should trend lower prospectively, maintained by with lower TP of 1665. So from 2,000 plus na target price, bumaba siya sa 1665, which is about, computin natin ha. Okay, the previous target price of PLDT is 2065. Okay? Yan yung previous target price niya. 2065 minus 1665 equals 400. So it's 400 pesos lower divided by 2065. A 19% decline. Pero goodbye pa rin yan, ha? Goodbye pa rin. With TEL closing price yesterday at 1249, ngayon is 1242, it's 10:33 in the morning. Ang upside po niya ay 32.4%, still good. Still good po yan. Tingnan natin dito yung TEL, 34% dito eh, pero nasa 1541. Ngayon, nagbago po yung kanyang target price, 32.4% ang kanyang upside. Okay, so yan po ang ating special report on TEL. And right now, at 10:34 in the morning, silipin natin si TEL, nasa 1242 down 7 pesos. Okay. Now, let's compare this with the target price of Call Financial. Kasi yung Call Financial, ang target price po niya is 1760. So, mas mataas po yung fair value na compute ni Cole kaysa sa compute ni BDOSEC. Any rate, it's still within that vicinity, no? Nakakaiba po kasi yan because of the method used, no? I don't know which method, kung anong method ang ginamit ni Cole at kung ano ginamit ni PLDT, but both are based on the financial statements. So the fair value of TEL or the target price will be between 1655 and Call Financial's 1760. So yung high side po is 1760 and the low side would be 1655. I'll be returning later for the PSE index. I just brought you the headlines plus the latest news on the